This is Hannibal here from the HannibalTV.com with my weekly review of the points I find interesting in Dave Meltzer's Wrestling Observer newsletter. In WWE news, apparently there's a lot of behind the scenes talk that talent are jealous that The Rock is getting preferential treatment and being allowed to say words like ass on TV. Well, not only is he the biggest movie star in the world, he's a member of the board of directors of WWE. So, of course, he's going to get preferential treatment. And he actually deserves preferential treatment for being as big of a star that he is. And honestly, he's helping, he's helped greatly erase the whole Vince McMahon scandal out of the mainstream press. Nobody's talking about it anymore in mainstream. It's forgotten about pretty much. In other wrestling news for WWE, Becky Lynch was at Biden's St. Patrick's Day event at the White House. By the way, The Rock's next appearance is going to be April 1st at Barclay Center. He did sell out the SmackDown in Memphis. I think every event that The Rock's been advertised for has been sold out. They had over 12,000 fans in Memphis. Raw this past week in Raleigh, North Carolina, almost 13,000 fans, which they called a sellout for their setup. Matt Hardy, who's becoming a free agent soon, was in the crowd making videos at that event. In AEW news, the Dynamite Rampage tapings in Toronto had 6,700 fans at the Coca-Cola Coliseum. More than double what the AEW Collision tapings had in Ottawa, 3,144 fans. I was at the Ottawa one. I appreciate the free media pass. Jack Kilby was at the Toronto one. The Toronto one was definitely the better of the two. But honestly, if you think about it per capita, Ottawa actually drew a higher percentage of people because Toronto is a city of 4 million, plus there's tons of cities around it with hundreds of thousands of people. They only drew 6,700. Ottawa is only 1 million, and they drew 3,000. Mind you, the first ever Great North Wrestling event at the Ottawa Civic Center here in Ottawa drew over 3,000. So they basically drew pretty much the same crowd that we had for the first Great North Wrestling event in Ottawa. For Wembley Stadium, they've passed 40,000 tickets. Darby Allin suffered a broken foot in 3 places during his match with Jay White in Boston. He gets injured a lot. Good wrestler, though. Paul White says he's returning soon. He's had the easiest contract ever. Jack Perry is still under contract, according to Meltzer. Why he's being held off TV so long when Punk started the fight, I don't know. He's in New Japan now. I mean, if I was booking it, I would have taken that buzz he had from the fight and capitalized on it. But there's no doubt Tony Khan. Honestly, he got by far the biggest pop of the night in Ottawa, and he got a good pop in Toronto as well, from what Jack Kilby tells me. Dark Side of the Ring on Terry Gordy did a 0.05 rating. There hasn't been any ratings released from Impact for months. The last ones have been 0.01 that I saw, so I'm only guessing they're getting below a 0.01 rating. Mark Coleman was out of the hospital after saving his parents from a fire. Then he was readmitted to the hospital after getting pneumonia, and now he's out again, back in the gym. So I'm happy to hear that. I'm gonna do a. I'm gonna get reviews of Buff Bagwell and Terry Gordy on this channel later today. Tatanka, I don't like. You can watch. I posted a shoot clip of Tatanka, Mike, where you can figure out why. Jack Kilby versus Eric Bischoff dream match. I don't know if Jack Kilby is a fighter and Eric Bischoff is a karate master, but Kilby has the size advantage. So I wouldn't expect that one to happen. Both of those guys are more businessmen than fighters. I'll be back with my Terry Gordy review, which that was the more boring of the two. If you're only going to watch one between Bagwell and Gordy, I would watch the Bagwell one.